Hello everyone, welcome to today's stream. Hope you had a nice day so far. Let's play some Guild Wars 2 together, shall we? Welcome, welcome. So today we have something a little bit special. We want to go for our guild hall. So we recently created our community guild and it doesn't have anything yet, but we will go for the guild hall today. So to go for the guild hall we need favor. We don't have any favor yet. We need 150. So not a lot at all, but we need it. So we will do some of the, or at least one of the weekly opportunities, guild missions, the old ones. And it's really easy. We only need 150 favor, so we can do easy one. Just a bounty should be enough. We have 10 minutes. There's 5 people. And I guess I can solo the spawning enemy. Let's see. Maybe someone wants to help. Welcome everybody. So there are 3 possibilities that can spawn in the easy bounty. The first one would be in Arati Hinterlands, the second one would be in Kessex Hills, and the last one in Fields of Ruin. All of those have a really, I would say, small route where they can walk around, and as soon as they are found we have to kill them. We have 10 minutes to find them and kill them. So I think it's possible, and yeah, let's see. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, so it's the one in Kessex Hills. And let's port there. And then the route is really easy. Let's check. I don't know, with the mounts it should be really fast to find it. You have 10 minutes, somewhere here in the lower area. I will probably try, so this guy walks clockwise, walks actually against the clock, and I will try just to see if I can find them. He's also in the water, which is really annoying. I hope this time it's not in the water, because in water fights are not that. You have to have a completely different build for that, I would say. Typically you have to design the whole build around. So he's not here. You should probably see him quite far away. Maybe somewhere here on the street. can actually see them. It does not really matter if you're doing the guild mission or if you're not doing them. You can see them all the time, but we are the only people that can attack him. No. Okay, so we have him. Very good. And then let's fight him. Should be easily doable. We are 2 people here, so look at this. It's a choke, to be honest. There we go. And now we get 1 guild commendation, 70 silver for that, and 1 piece of unidentified gear, so it's at almost 1 gold. And it's already done. So yeah, it's already done. Sorry, Heavenfire, welcome to the stream. We just needed some more favor. So everyone that wants to help now, we have enough favor now to capture the guild hall. I was asking in the community Discord who wants to have which guild hall. And apparently most of the people, almost anonymously, people voted for the Gilded Hollow. So we will go for that one. Whoever wants to join to capture the guild hall, please just join my party or stay in there. We will do it. I will just buy the, let's say, the guild hall, so to say, for a minute. Takes a little bit, and then we can capture it. It should be really easy, especially if you're below 10 people. It does not scale up, so we can just easily do it without any really constraints. It's really, really fast. Oh, okay. Someone merged parties, I guess. Let me quickly ask in guild chat. Sure, then I will invite you. I have to buy it first. Costs 100 gold, and then we can swap later, but we should be quite sure that it's really the one that we want. Yeah, let's see. Gilded Hollow was the winner of our vote, and that's what we will go for. So where is the guy? Guild Hall Explorer, I think. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, sure. Welcome, Katja. We will do it on stream. It's really easy. So there are 4 guild halls nowadays that you can capture. 2 Heart of Thorns ones. One of them is EOD, and the last one is Path of Fire, I think. And it's to buy them first. You need 150 favor for it. We have just by doing 1 guild mission, we have 330 already. The easiest one. And then we just go to the vendor that you want to go for. So there are 4 explorers, each for each guild hall. And I will just go to the corresponding guy, which is this one. We want to go for the Gilded Hollow. Kogga is the one. And then we just purchase it. And it will cost me 100 gold and the previously mentioned 150 favor. And then we will just go for it. And in a few minutes we should so it should have now worked. Yeah, 100 gold gone, and we now can start the guild hall capture whenever we want to. So it starts in Auric Basin, just because that's our guild hall. Will be there, at least in a map that looks very similar to this one. And can we get in there? That's a good question actually, if we can get in there when the assault begins, because it's currently the meta event. I guess we can just do the meta event. Meanwhile, we also wait for some more people. Does not really matter. And maybe we are even totally lucky and will just get an infusion drop, so a guy can dream, I guess. Yeah, sure. I mean, so guilds in Guild Wars 2 are really a community feature. It's not really something that a single person really engages with. So it's more like you have a community, you try to build up your guild, and that's what we are going to do with our guild that we are just started. We will increase the experience, we will go for all the buffs that we need, and yeah, it's really straightforward. I will do some guides about it if you want to do it yourself with another guild, or if you just want to know how it works. And of course, everyone is free to join our guild. We take everyone that is interested and is of course friendly. And I guess we just do the Octavine. We just spawn perfectly on time. So I guess that's working. I guess I will also play a good build for that, not a solo build. We are not solo anymore. Yeah. So we are of course east. Typically, classical people would go south, of course, but I'm just too boring. And I guess if we need more people, then we could also go for a squad. But like I said, I don't want to go over 10 or over 9, to be honest, because it will increase the difficulty, which is not necessary. In my opinion, I did it once for my other guild that I have. Solo. I just soloed the guild hall claim. It's not something that is it's not that hard, but it's also not that pleasant. It's a little bit, you have to be on time to make it work. And it's quite annoying actually. It's not like a very good thing that you want to do, but you have to only do it once, so it works. And the breakpoint is 9 people, so 9 is perfect spot. If you have a 10th person, you would instantly get upscaled, which is really bad, of course, because just one player more and you get upscaled. This is not what you want. So like Heavenfire says, 9 should be ideal. So if we get more people, then we will of course go for it. But we easily do it as 5, so there is no real problem. And yeah, let's just do a 1 burn just to annoy everyone else on the map. No. So typically Octavine is really easy. You just try to get as much damage going while it's vulnerable, and then you swap and do the puzzle here again. The only Octavine that you should 1 burn without any stops is south, because it has a longer time that is vulnerable. But of course everyone in chat probably knows about Octavine. It's such an old event and such a classic. I mean, we have to be a bit careful because no one else touched the Octavines yet. At least not from the damage side. Maybe we go south just because we can. Okay. Yeah, like I said, we need Terrier to be free, so we have to do the meta event here. It's not something that is really annoying. Just did not expect that it will be right when we want to claim the guild hall, but that's fine. Takes, I guess, maybe 5 to 10 more minutes depending on how smooth it goes here. Guess we kill those guys. Or maybe not. Maybe I should have played the solo build. Would have been probably better. Okay, we killed them. Very good. So now we can just focus on the... Very nice. Got it. And we now should be able to one burn. This is a weird thing. It's a structure, so it has a little bit of a different hitbox, and you cannot not really free cast all your stuff. So I don't hit my lightning strike, even though I have it targeted. It doesn't work. It's also, yeah, it's just a little bit annoying. Some builds are really bad here. So Mesmers are typically having a big problem with those really weird structures that they can't focus on them. But I guess every other Octavine is also somewhat done. So we should be able to one burn this, and then we have, I think, 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. It's a long time since I last did this. Yeah, 2 minutes until we have to get all the other Octavines at as well. So let's invite all the people done that I want to go in. So who did we miss? Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, we will do all content in our guild. We will just be a friendly community. Whoever wants to have some help, wants to have some conversations. Nothing too special. We don't go for hardcore content like, let's say, Seros CM or something. But we just want to have some friendly people together that maybe want to do some guild activities, but nothing in that sense that is really crazy. Yeah, just having fun together, I would say, and building up the guild together. Yeah, it's insane. This meta event has been out for years, and private squad, and then still people die to the frogs all the time, really all the time. And if you just focus on this frogs there in south, or all the maps for that matter, and kill them before you engage everything else, it's just very easy. And look at this, look at this. Almost half the squad is dead. They can't dodge this attack and they're instantly dead. So like I said, we have squad place for 3 more people, now 2 more people, because we don't want to scale it too hard. So that's the important part. Because if we scale it, it's still doable, don't get me wrong, it's definitely still doable, but it's not as easy anymore as it once is if you are below or at 9% people. So, like I said, 2 more spots if you want to join. You don't even have to be in the guild, you can also help if you just have the Heart of Thorns expansion. But we don't really need any help, I would say. You can just enjoy us doing it. Welcome, Aote. Welcome. So I guess we will just open the boxes here and then go for the guild hall capture as soon as everyone is in the map and ready. So typically if you can open all the chests. I like to open the middle ones and the big ones. The mini ones is not that lucrative. I'd rather save up on my keys and open them when I need them. But this meta event has been out for so long, and you cannot just open all them because like you can see I have 30k of those and I don't even do the map anymore. Yeah, the keys, it's insane. You just open all the boxes and you still have enough keys. So I would say if you have the time, you can open all of them. And if you're lucky, you will maybe get the Aurelium infusion. I think it's around 1 to 2k depending on current prices. So yeah, it's even after all these years, it's still an infusion that is worth selling. But of course you have to be really lucky. I never dropped an infusion in all the years that I played Guild Wars 2, so. Okay, so where is this guy now? He's below Tyrion. That much I know, but where exactly? Probably in this one, in this area. Let's quickly check. No, I think it's... I know where it is. It's next door, so to say. Yeah. So as soon as everyone is ready, we can meet here. This one. On this side here, and then I guess we just walk in. So I'm not sure if it will trigger a thing for you or if you have to walk in there as well. Probably you have to walk in there. So just as soon as you're ready, just come down here and open the thing. Claiming the Gilded Hollow. So I'm not completely sure, and we should probably sort subgroups just to make sure. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, I think Octavine is a really good meta. If you're new to the game, it gives you a lot of resources to buy stuff, and it's really easy. You don't have to understand the game a lot to just do it, and it's a really good thing to get gold. And if you combine it with some way to get ascended gear, like Heavenfire mentions winter berries for trinkets, or just Wizard's Vault nowadays, you gain so much stuff for basically no real investment. It's really good. Really crazy. Katja, congrats for that. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I opened 2000 Blackline chests that I saved up over years, and I did not find a single permanent contract. Not a single one. So yeah, that's how it goes, I guess. But I didn't do it for the gambling. I actually know that I make profit from it. But if you want to know more, just check out the video. And Heavenfire, I think that's definitely the best thing that you could do in Guild Wars 2 is go for fashion. I think that's the end game of Guild Wars 2, because what else can you do? There's no vertical progression in that sense. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't complain if you get it, and it's such a big ticket item, so maybe you get one more, maybe not, doesn't matter, you have already found one, so that's good. I did never find it in all my playtime, so I still hope for it, but I'm not sad about it. It's a rare thing, it's like winning the lottery, so not that close to it, but still quite rare occasion, for sure. Yeah, I understand that. I collect a lot of skins, even though I don't switch around a lot of mine that I use, but most of the time I somewhat try to find a way to make them look good, my characters, at least in my opinion. So, I'm not sure if I should go for this. So, I will swap my character and then I can show it. So there is a special entrance beneath. Yeah, I will go outside, and then you can either teleport to me or you can just walk there. It's a special entrance beneath Tarir, and it's quite easy to find if you know that it's there. Let's hope I'm spawning on a map that I can join in and is not contested. Okay, so you just go to the middle point here and jump down, and then you walk a little bit in this direction where the champion here normally is, this one, and you just walk into this tunnel here, this pathway, and there is this exalted mark, guild hall entrance, and you just press F and then you're here and can go into the portal there. But like I said, you can also just teleport to friend, like Heavenfire just did, and it should not be a big issue here. So we have 4 people. I think we are missing 2. No, we have 5 people, so we're missing 1. Yeah. I think that should be enough. I will be heal. Everyone else can go DPS or support, it does not matter. Nice, you walked perfectly. Then it's even better. Everyone else can go full DPS, or if you want you can also go for support, but it does not really matter. I think it's easy enough to just do it. And I think we just can go in. You can select the right guild hall so that you start the claiming event and not go into someone else's guild. And then we meet here. And as soon as everyone is ready, we can start the thing. So it has a little bit of a pre-event, and then we have a boss to fight. The pre-event is a little bit timed, so we have to be somewhat fast. So I will try to call out the stuff that we have to do, but it's straightforward. It just tells you what you have to do. And I hope everyone is ready. Let's see, yeah, everyone is here. Everyone is loaded in, I guess. No, wait, yeah. And I guess we're starting. And you can also mount in here, so we can just skip some stuff. And we have to find the... Where is it? There is some thing spawning then that we have to kill. Or is it called vine walls or something? Where is it? I don't know where it spawns. I did it, I think, once. So there it spawned, okay. So there we have to go. We have now 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes. It's here on the map in the northeast corner. Just follow my tag and you will get there in the end. try not to get shot down. I will wait a bit, but I can't heal you while I'm on my mount. And we just have to do this a few times, I would say. Kill the guys that protects it, so this one. And then we can just damage it. It's a really easy event, it's nothing special. I will try to boon you up, and then after we kill this guy, we focus on the mortar more. Or is there another one? Ah, there's another one. Yeah, this one. And you killed it, and now it's damageable. And just focus on the thing. And I'm not sure how many there will be, but we have some time to do it. Over 2 more minutes left. Ah, okay, so the time every time resets, so we have now to do this 4 more times. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. And after the 5 waves, we get the end boss, I guess. Ah, okay, never mind. Don't go there. I guess that's the end boss arena, so it doesn't want you to be in there before the boss spawns. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice thing. It's a nice roleplay feature to just kill and capture your guild hall. You just have to do it once, so yeah, that's it. But I think it's a nice thing. It's not nothing too crazy. Like I said, you can solo it if you really need to. But it's definitely made for at least 5 people or multiple people, because it's just quite annoying with the timer to kill it in time and run across the map just to kill some enemies. But we have no trouble, I would say. Okay, let's just wait. I don't know where the next one will spawn. But we could probably fly up. Okay, right next to us. This is good. Don't have to walk that far. Okay, I guess we go on this one. Probably don't even need a healer here. If you do enough damage, it's actually easily doable without a healer, I guess. But better safe than sorry, I guess. Okay, 2 more to go. Really smooth so far. Seems almost like the waiting time is longer than the actual fighting time. Really, next one is close to us again. Really nice. There's one. By the way, if you are interested, tomorrow we will do a raid training. Sadly, all the spots are already taken, but you can still join the stream if you are new to the game or if you just did not raid before. We will do some nice raiding. I will try to explain everything we do. And yeah, if you're interested, be sure to come same time tomorrow. We will do some nice raid training. And if you didn't find a spot, we will do more in the future, more sessions. Also different raid wings. So everyone is really, yeah, should find a spot at some time in the future. Okay, last one up in the north, in the middle actually. Is it down there or somewhere up here? No, I think it's down there. Ah, there it is, okay. Okay. Let's kill this guy. Where's the last one? There it is. They are hiding in the wall. That's a good strategy for sure. I think I don't know which one is the emboldened one. I think we voted in the guild Discord and people were mostly interested in Wing 1, so we will do Wing 1. I'm not sure if it's the emboldened one. I don't really care because I try to explain the mechanics to people and you will understand the mechanics in emboldened ones raids and the normal ones, so it does not really matter to me. So now we have 8 minutes to kill all the Vine Raft Knights wherever they are. So let's just go to them, I guess. They are probably here in the middle somewhere. Okay, how can I get there? Closed off my wall. Yeah, I think it's actually important. That's a good point here. I think it's really important that if you are somewhat new to raiding, then you should not be carried by your party. So if you don't understand any mechanics and still get the kill, that's not a really good sign. The reason for that is because in the future you might have to do mechanics, you might not be carried by your group. So in the end, I would say it's always important that every single mechanic is clear to you so that you can easily get the boss kill in the future when this group is a little bit less organized, less, yeah, just good at the game. And try to get you, Timo. And we got the kill. That's it. So it was not that hard. Now we got the guild hall capture. So thanks everyone for joining. This is a little bit outdated nowadays for sure. And that's the Gilded Hollow is ours. And now we can start upgrading it, maybe even decorating it in the future. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, and also a very good point when it comes to raid training. So if you're doing something new in Guild Wars, that you play builds that are somewhat decent. So you don't run around as a, I don't know, I don't want to mention any builds, but you should just have fun in your build that you have, but it should still be something that makes sense. And the most important part is that when you do something that is new to you, let's say something a little bit mechanically heavy, like a raid, like maybe a Fractal CM or something, play a build that does its role, but you are also very comfortable on it. Because if you are comfortable, you are way less likely to do mistakes while doing something new, like a mechanic, like just being not killed by the boss. And therefore, you can survive way easier and still do what you are supposed to do. Because if you're playing a new build to you and you're doing a new boss, it might be too much and you either die or you don't do your role. For example, if you're a healer and you don't heal, then the group dies. So it's very important to do something that you are comfortable with, and then you can learn the fight slowly. And if you understand the complete fight, then you can easily swap to another class that you might want to learn in the future. That's this for sure. No, I would say it does not matter. You can play anything that you like to do. I can fill any role that is not filled. So I will, if you don't like to tank as a druid, then I will tank as whatever. I can also tank as DPS if it's necessary. So yeah, not a big deal. We will find something for everyone, I guess. It's more about understanding the mechanics. I don't have any... I think we will kill it really fast if we really try. I think it's more about learning every single mechanic so that the new people that are really don't know the fight at all see every mechanic, see how it's normally done, see how you should do it by design. It's not often the same thing. And sometimes also that everyone does some mechanics. So I think in Wing 1 there are not that many mechanics, but for example, if we would do Wing 2, I would like so that everyone has to do at least one mushroom that is new. So that everyone does Slaughter does know how to do the mushroom mechanic and the slubbling mechanic. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, whatever you do, whatever you like. I mean, if you really want to face roll your keyboard, you can do that. So that's up to you, I guess. Yeah, so I guess it's time for some PvP and World vs. World. I promised it. Let's go. Let's see what we can make work. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Surfkiss. I don't know if I'm even on the correct build. I guess I'm not. Yeah, I think that's the really important thing about Guild Wars 2 is that there are a lot of people that enjoy Guild Wars 2 for the open world, maybe even for World vs. World, because it's what is unique about the game. But it does not force you to get better at it. You can just play Auric Basin for 5 years in a row every single day, but you don't have to get better at understanding your class, understanding how the game is played, because it will most of the time just work anyway. But when it comes to instant PvP, especially raids and fractal CMs or strike mission CMs, then oftentimes you need someone that understands the mechanics. It doesn't have to be everyone in the squad, but it should be at least, let's say, 2-3 people for most fights. For newer fights, oftentimes it's actually 7 or 8. So the new raid wings, for example Decima, really needs at least 5 to 8 people that understand what they are doing. And what is this team comp? Actually, I am not sure what I play here. Let's play some Dagger, I guess. And so it's just understanding the mechanics and understanding what your class is supposed to do, and if you can do both, it's not a problem. But in PvE, in open world, you are not forced to learn your class very well, and that's a big issue if you go into raiding and want to learn the mechanics. That's the thing. But that's why I also want to do raid trainings. It's not only about teaching people to understand the mechanics, but also just practice it in an environment where everyone is friendly, where we are not flaming you for just maybe dying, and we just repeat and you will learn it, and that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree, Katya, that the guild hall capturing is really cool. It's really fun, and it's sadly just a one-time thing. So that means they did all the work to implement that, to do it one time, and then your guild does not really do it again. Good thing is that we can change our guild hall to one of the other 3 whenever we want to. Then we have to recapture it. So there is the roleplay again. But I'm actually quite happy with the choice that our community did. Oh, they are double capturing? No, okay. So I should be in a 1-on-1 here, but my necromancers would be without any support. So I wanted to make sure that we could at least help them if we needed to. And now I'm in a good position. I think I can get the decap here. Okay, almost. And let's see. Now I'm at 1v2. That's where I want to be for sure. because otherwise I will lose map control here for sure. Okay, they got me in the end. It's actually crazy that my team still lost the team fight. Yeah, I think the Auric Basin design is for sure the best one in my opinion. But I wanted to open the, let's say, the vote to everyone because it's not my guild alone. And if everyone wants to have a different one, then that's fine to me. But we actually got the one that I like as well, so that's good. And like I said, if we get tired from having this one, we can of course also just swap to another one. This is a lot of damage actually. Yeah, I think all of the guild halls are somewhat unique. I just enjoy the style of the... Yes, this thief is really annoying, I have to be honest. I don't know. I'm not sure if we can get anything done here. I mean, we're in a better 2v2 because they have a support, we don't. So we should have more damage. Support is never a good option in 2v2s. Okay, I guess I get the decap anyway. Can I support our necromancer? Maybe a bit? No. Now it's getting a little bit dicey here. There are so many people. Spicy, I meant. No. Let's see. Oh, that's quite annoying, I have to be honest. It's too many. It's just too many. At least my team got the caps on the other side of the map and got a kill. Really good. I push far again, just why not? My team is not team fighting well. We got a kill here, that's very nice. So I can just contest this, I guess. We got the interrupt on the healing skill. And we should get the kill here, nice. We should interrupt the cliff. No, we didn't get it. But we get the counter kill, so I guess that's fine. I guess I will just go for the E-cap or the cap. I take that 101, I will stall it at least, maybe even win it in the end. It's Tempest, so I have so many Quantic lenses, I don't really care. Got the kill. Nice. And we got the map control. That's what we want. So we should have played support, but support is so annoying sometimes. If the people die left and right and you are in the middle, then what can you do, I guess. That's why I don't like support. Most of the time I rather play something that can carry the fights if I need to. Yes, so there will be the server reset in half a week. No, in half a month. So I think in 1 or 2 weeks will be the server voting, where you can vote which guild you want to be on. And of course, everyone that wants to join us on our guild server, we can of course small scale roam as soon as this reset happens. So the reset will be in 20 days, and then we have, I think, 7 days after that. We will also take time until the reset happens. So in 27 days, I guess, will be the new guild roaming possible. So whenever everyone wants to join, we can do some roaming together. And maybe if we find enough people, we can even go for a small circ. Depends. Sure. Thanks for the follow, James. I mean, this guy doesn't get enough from the 1-on-1s against me, I guess. It's not gonna happen. I have too many conic lenses. We will not win this. That was a lot of damage. Engage from this Untamed was crazy. Yeah, I think World versus World becomes a completely different game mode as soon as you have a community to go with. Because roaming is one thing. I think everyone can do some roaming, but it becomes quite annoying sometimes when you get hunted by small scale groups, or if you just want to go for a circ or some tower capturing. Oftentimes you just need more people for that, and yeah, I would say we can do that as soon as we are on one server. Got another kill here, and I'm not sure if we can contest this. I guess not. Wow, the emob is insane actually. Whoever did this emob, it was crazy. It lasted for 5 seconds or something. Don't rest, please, don't rest. It's really important in PvP to understand if someone is dead and they died in a position where you can't rest them, just don't go for it. They might flame you for it because they want to live, but in the end you did the right decision. So if I'm dead here, don't rest me. If I'm on point, maybe. If I'm off point and someone doesn't see me, yes, maybe. But in the end, it's more important that we don't lose another player. So I go for the decap here. And then I could help my teammate in that far. I know that I can win this, so that's the good thing. But it was a long block. I did not expect it to last that long, to be honest. Got it. And then the thief is here. Okay. I guess that's fine. 11.8k. Almost 20k together. For just 2 hits. Seems like a classical Elementalist gameplay. It's actually crazy. We can still lose this match. We only need 11 points. If we get the kill here, we need 6 more points. It should not be losable if we get the cap. But we have to be really careful here. Okay, we got the cap and we got the kill here. So that worked out well in the end, I guess. Way too close to my comfort. Yeah, I think that's a big problem. I totally get that. As a player that doesn't play a lot of PvP, that if you play the PvP maps that you are not really getting where you should go and stuff. I think that's really, there is no real tutorial for PvP, and that's a big problem why no one tries PvP, or if you try, you feel way too overwhelmed, there's too much complicated stuff going on. Not only that you have to fight other players, but at the same time you also have to understand what each map does. So I totally get the thing. I definitely hope that the new push game mode that you mentioned will help get more fresh blood into the game mode, because I really feel like that if we don't get more people in PvP, then the game mode will slowly but surely decrease in popularity even more than it already has, because it's just people leave the game for whatever reason, and then we just have less and less good matches. That's a big problem. But I really enjoy Guild Wars 2 PvP, and I think if you enjoy playing and trying to having the correct mindset of getting better without flaming other people for their mistakes, just trying to improve yourself, then PvP can be an amazing game mode, because you have so much potential to carry games, to win matches, 1v1s, 1v2s, whatever you want to play, just by getting better. I think it's amazing. You have a lot to learn, yes, but if you like it to learn, and if you like to get better at something, Guild Wars 2 PvP is amazing. That's for sure something. I also think the balance in PvP currently is actually quite decent. It's not the best, but it's still quite decent. There are not that many classes that you can't play at all. Or you can play every single class, but it's not, some of them are way better than others. So let's see. I'm against Timo. I could play support here. Let's see. Let's go for a support angle. We have enough damage, I hope. This is a weird build, because it's Weaver build. I don't know. It might be the side noting Weaver, but they route that they want to fight in middle, so it's really weird. And let's see if we can make that work here. Typically this map is quite good with a support, because it's so small you can rotate fast enough. Okay, don't support, I guess, then. And I guess I go Hammer Cutter. I think Hammer Cutter is a good option. No, let's go Dagger Dagger. I will go far then. Yeah, I think this Mesmer is quite good, yeah. I agree. Yeah, Galen, welcome. I think it's important to understand that you have 3 nodes on most maps that are contestable, and you typically want to either send at least 1 player to each node so that you don't give up on them just in the beginning, or you go mid and close because you just say, okay, we are better fighting only in 2 nodes at the same time. Okay, that's an easy target, I guess. Okay, or we were instantly died. It's not a good thing. I'm against 2 people here, and I think I will die here because they have a lot of damage. At least I got the decap against 3 people. I guess that's fine. But it's a tough match, definitely. So I would say that the rule of thumb is if you have a support, going for a 2 cap is really good because then you get force the enemy team to team fight you. And if you have a support, you want to team fight because in a big team fight, let's say 3v3 or 4v4, a support gets a lot of value. But if you don't have a support like our team, then you would rather split to go for all nodes because only then you have the option to yeah, just draw out the fights a little bit more and make it worthwhile for your whole team to fight on every single node, maybe rotate a bit more. Okay, I think we should win this. Nice, we got it. Now Ranger, I want to stomp just to make sure because they have self-rest that is really possibly hard to counteract. So it's not very good. So on this build, you never want to cast the Healing Signet, because the Healing Signet passively gives you a lot of heal, and your build doesn't have any way of recovering the heal after you used it, so it will be on a cooldown for 30 seconds, which is obviously something that you don't want to, because every single cast, even Element Swap, will give you 200 healing, so never use it. It was a weird dodge for sure. An interesting stump break as well. So I expected that the Dragon Hunter F1 will come out here, so that's why I dodged it. I have to be careful, the Ranger is free casting on me with the longbow. So they got the cap here, that's a bit annoying, but I think if I can win the 1-on-1 again, or stay in a 1v2, I think that's fine as well. So I want to disengage here just a bit, re-engage again, as soon as I have enough. I think I have no problem here, I'm not sure. We are still 90 points behind, that's not a good thing. So I guess we go for the kill here. I'm not sure if we can get this, yeah, probably not. The longbow is really annoying on a ranger. I think this guy will die if, yeah, would pot. So we get the kill here. Welcome, Filthy Casual, welcome, welcome. So I will go for the contest here. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, because there's so many people here. Oof. It's gonna be a tough one. Was a good juke, I guess. I'm not sure. That looks like a not a very good match. Don't want to be in that. So they use their crashing courage here, which is really good because I just can't hide it. And as soon as it's out, I will go for the damage and I should win this. Willbender doesn't have that much kill pressure against me. As soon as I got the... Well, if I would, I should have gone for Hammer Cutter. Hammer Cutter is so much better in this situation. So I forced the invulnerability in a 1v2, that's good. And I think I might even be able to kill again. Nice, we got it. Now I will go for the decap. I'm not sure, I'll probably not be able to win this matchup here. Okay, never mind. With this, probably I might. Nice, got the decap here, but... Yeah, I think this is actually sadly over, but I played rather well here. Not from the rotation side, I think from the rotation I could have played better. From mechanically, I think it was quite decent. So I might win this 1-on-1 at time, but I'm not sure. No, my teammate dies here. Yeah, sad. At once was too much. Tried my best. So. Yeah, I think Celestial Catalyst is really good. It's really, really, really good. For sure. Let's play a little bit of Celestial Catalyst. Yeah, so let's catch up on chat. Yeah, I think PvP is even more toxic than it ever has been because the people that stuck around and play Guild Wars 2 PvP are just very aggressively flaming other people, and I have the same feeling, and I think that's a big problem, and I think ArenaNet should do something about that, because only then, and really only then, people would really enjoy to come back into PvP, because a lot of people quit if they get consistently flamed, and it might be true that they are not that good, but how can you improve if someone is completely toxic to you and you don't even understand why? So I think I get the, just not the nice feeling that you get from being consistently flamed. And that's not good, for sure. And I think in World vs. World it's way better. As Katja mentions, World vs. World is just a game mode that is way easier to get into, because you can just run around, just enjoy your build, maybe fight, maybe run away if you don't have to fight. And the toxicity is way lower. There's still BM going on, don't get me wrong. I always tell this when people just use teabag you or throw blueprints on you, that's still going on. But it's definitely way less that you get flamed for playing something that is not good, or if you just not perform that well. Definitely true. Yeah, I think it's the biggest thing is if people are flaming in PvP and get consistently reported for flaming others, or for just verbal abuse, which is the term that they use in the in the chat or whatever you report them, then they should just, if a lot of people do that, they should just be muted and not allowed to write in team chat or in the map chat at least. I think that would be really important, because I think there are so many people that are consistently flaming others, and yes, you can block them. Yes, you don't see the messages then, but they can still write you mails and stuff. And in any case, I think it's not a good system that you just have to block people. I think they should get punished for flaming people consistently, because they make the game less worth. I don't get it why people don't do anything about flaming, or just toxic behavior. If you The really weird thing is they can do that, because if you look, thanks for the follow, Orchid and Noob, by the way, Noob Rickshaw. So ArenaNet, for example, I don't want to say those words out loud, but there are gamer words. So if people really go really hard in the, let's say, harassing language, then oftentimes they use really, really offensive words. And ArenaNet bans people for this. And I mean bans, really bans, perma-bans even. There are a lot of PvPers, or just in general people, that got perma-banned for using those words. And so they have the ability to check the chat, what they wrote, and just make it in a way that if it's true that they really got caught when they were toxic, when they did use stuff that, or be negative or really annoying to other people, then they should just get banned. Of course, not only if they only do it once, yeah, then it's not fair. But if they do it consistently and keep the community from getting, having fun, because they have consistently are flaming people and making the experience worse for others, I mean, I think they should get banned for sure. It has to be said, however, getting into PvP is quite easy. So you can just buy a new account, you can even use the free-to-play account and get into PvP, and you could still flame people again. But it would make the barrier to entry to toxicity would be way lower for sure. Yeah, I think Fizzy Casual is completely right. That's the big problem, that people are anonymous in every single internet related thing, and that's why they are behaving so toxic, or so just without any care, respectless. And that's a big problem, because for me, I think I want to play my PC game and have fun, and I don't have fun if I get consistently flamed or if I get a negative mood from playing the game. Yeah, because for me, negative things happen enough in life. I don't want them to happen in my video game as well. Yeah, I don't know what it's for you, but I think most of you would agree to that statement. And that's why I think it's so important that you make PvP, or just in general competitive online thing, whatever, when you play against others, just way more fun when you just yeah, just ban people that are really mean to others and just take their fun away. So I guess we lost this. We didn't get it. Welcome, roaming spirit. Welcome. Yeah, I think it's true. It's true. A lot of people that are in real life somewhat have just some issue, want to overcompensate that by flaming others in a video game. Maybe they are decent in the video game and others are not, and then they want to flame them because there's at least in one thing they are better than in another thing than other people. Yeah, let's see if I can get away from those guys. Good. Okay, I guess that's fine then. He's good. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, I think it's always a little bit dependent on who you face. So like I said, the community in Guild Wars 2, at least on EU, is really small. There are not that many people playing PvP. So if you are lucky, you don't face anyone that is toxic. For example, I have so many games played and I did never write anything toxic in the chat. I'm always, if I think it, I don't write it. And most of the time I just don't think about it because I can't change the behavior or the play style of my allies anyway. So that's my thinking. But I would say it will happen at some point and you should just have the mindset of ignore them and try to have fun anyway. Of course, if you don't enjoy getting flamed like most people, then I get that. But I would say ignoring is the best option for sure. Yeah, I think I'm totally with you, the Black Pummel, because I think it, just from a perspective that you want to keep your people playing PvP, that join PvP, you should try to ban people that might make the experience worse for others. So I don't get why ArenaNet doesn't do anything about it. And I mean anything. You can report people 100 times from different accounts for being verbally abusive, and they will just play the game without any change whatsoever. I don't get it. I totally get it. Don't get it why it's not. I don't know. I think that's why I'm not that competitive in that sense. I like to play the game. I like to have fun, but I don't play for really high rating and stuff. I just want to have fun, and yeah, that's why I don't really care if someone flames me. But I think if you're getting more competitive, then people might also just blame you, or you blame other people. I'm not sure. I can't explain why people flame. I think it's not something that I want to get into, and I don't want to do it either. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the best thing that you can do is just prove them wrong. If they flame you, just in the next match you are playing against them and you just win against them in a 1-on-1 or something. I think that's the best thing you can do. Yeah, let's see. Hopefully ArenaNet will do something, but I have to be honest, I'm not really sure what they are doing. Because now they released the small patch with the, how is it called, the return to Icebrute Saga event. That's the nice thing that we got. Oh no, that doesn't sound very promising for the future. Don't get me wrong, I like when they do events like this to get people back into the game. But the last patch was in November or something, so we got 2 months of nothing. And then we got this event, so I was really hoping for a balanced patch preview or something this week. So hopefully it will come very soon. Or at least some news. I don't know. Okay, we wanted to play some Dagger Catalyst. Let's go for it. Yes, that's built. But like I said, if you're interested in small scale roaming, maybe even Zerg play, if you want to play with me and our guild, just select, or just first of all join our guild, and then you can select our guild in the next 20 days, and then we can play together on the server. Maybe some small scale stuff, or even some bigger objectives and squad gameplay. Depends on how many people we are at a certain time, but I think it will be fun. Yeah, there is the new event. They just released it a few hours ago. I think it's not really crazy. It gives you some nice rewards and the new potential more skins and mystic coins. I think it's nice that they do something like this. It's not crazy in the sense that it gives you a lot of gold, but it brings people back into the older game modes, maybe even older maps for at least a week. I think that's good. Yes, very good. You saved the world with EOD and End of Dragon story. That's good. Not happening that much. We don't have a Zerg here. We could try go for some EB, but there is a big queue there. Well, decent queue. Not big, but at least a little bit of queue. Oh, never mind. It's a fake queue. It's a weird system. Sometimes you have no queue and it shows that there is a queue. So really weird. Yeah, welcome Lackluster. I hope you enjoyed the open world video. I think the open world tier list video was one of the most hot takes to some extent. There were so many comments disagreeing with me. And I get some of them, not all of them, to be honest. And I always try to express in the beginning of my tier list, it's a subjective take, it's a tier list, it's not something that is arguably absolute true, but people just still don't get that it's my opinion and nothing else. I don't care, or I really like when people give constructive feedback, say, oh, you're wrong there, I think that's not true. But most of the people that disagree with me in the comments are really aggressive. They say, I'm stupid, you don't know about Guild Wars, you don't even know what a Reaper does and stuff. That's really fun. And they really... It's crazy how they are toxic to me. And I think it's fine. It's really interesting if people have other opinions, but if they are just flaming me personally, I don't get that. Yeah, I think the Dragon's End meta event is probably one of the best cinematic events that can happen, for sure. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And don't get me wrong, I think if people argue with me, I think that's good, I like it. But the thing is, oftentimes people just say in their argument that I'm just stupid. And what is this for an argument? It's not... I don't get what they want from me. So, yeah. But I guess that's YouTube, and I think I'm totally fine if people watch my videos. And I guess most of them actually enjoy it. So, yes, that, I would say. I also have some spicy ones coming up. because a lot of people asked me how to make gold and stuff, and I made the top 10 gold video, and a lot of people in this video also asked me how I get these numbers, and I will prove them in the future. So yeah, I actually think the Reaper fantasy is quite fun. I actually enjoy Reaper quite a lot. When it comes to how good it is in the open world, I was definitely wrong in the tier list. I think that's the only take, maybe with Untamed, that is a little bit off, but all the other takes I would still stand by and would say they are somewhat my opinion. Reaper I would definitely adjust in the higher tier, just because it's definitely not where I put it. Sad they defended it. Yeah, exactly. I think if someone has a real argument, like saying, oh, you should put Reaper higher because of this and this, and I say, okay, that's a valid point, I should have done that. And then I will either do it in the next video, or I will just agree with them, and that's a valid point, I did an error there. But oftentimes it's just like saying, I'm a Reaper main, you dislike my profession, or you put it lower than I think it should be, you are stupid. What is this argument? There is no argument in there. So I think that's just, people are really weird in that sense. They are always personally offended by just my takes on the matter, even though my takes are not personally offending them. So just my opinion when it comes to a class. I think that's just human nature. I don't blame them for that, but I can blame them for offending me, which is not something that I really want to have for my really friendly and not toxic YouTube video. I get toxic comments, so that's sad. Welcome, Cyril, welcome. Thanks for letting me know, by the way, that you solved your PC problem. Really good. Yeah, I think EOD is a really interesting cinematically, and also from the maps, I think it's one of the best expansions. But when it comes to what the features were and how just the general longevity of the expansion, I would say it's mediocre. I think the best feature that they brought out with EOD was the Eorine legendary weapons, for longevity at least. I really like the maps, I really like the last meta event, it's really cool. But when it comes to just how the systems were, for example, they brought out the chatbot, it's a nice system, or somewhat fun at least. But when you then think about what the previous expansions brought, like mounts and gliding, then the chatbot is just not close at all in the features, how good it is. Why am I just running around here without any teammates? Yeah, true, Galen. Fishing was in there, but let's be honest, how high is the percentage of people that is consistently doing fishing nowadays anymore? Not a lot, actually, I would say. I think I think EOD, PUF, and Heart of Thorns are for sure better expansions than Chancia Wilds and Soto, just because they are bigger. And they also brought elite specs. I think that's the biggest plus. I also do fishing, don't get me wrong, but I think if it's not the big selling feature if you compare it, for example, to mounts. Mounts are a completely different scale. That much is for sure, I would say. Yeah, very good then. Like I said, I think I released a video today about just that, so I hope I could help other people as well with the settings. Yeah, I mean, if you have a 300-pound tuna, you could also use that as a mount, I guess, at some point. Let me kill some people here. I'm free casting in 2 enemy circs, that's nice. Sadly, I'm not a power build. Yeah, I think I'm not a big story fan of all of Guild Wars 2, but when it comes to the maps, how they look, and just how it feels to play it, I think EOD has a really nice touch, for sure. But if I... maybe I have to do more tier list videos, because they are performing well and a lot of people are commenting in them, so maybe I have to do a expansion tier list. That would be fun, I guess. Would be really good. But I have so many video plans, it's actually insane. I don't even know where I start with all my plans, so try to make the ones that I enjoy the most first, but it's an endless journey for sure. Yeah, welcome. If you're a new player, welcome, Blacklust. If you have any questions, be sure to ask them. We are always happy to help you in chat, also, of course, in our guild. Yeah, I feel you. I think I always do the story once to get all the unlocks and then I'm done. I'm not really interested in the Guild Wars 2 story. It's not that it's totally bad, it's just not I'm not really interested. If I want to have really good story, I most of the time watch a TV show or a movie or something. And I want to have some engaging stuff in my video game happening, some dynamic combat or something like that. Not listening to NPCs talking for 2 hours. So if you want to unlock account-wide features like the spear or the weapon proficiency, you have to do it once. But if you want to go and get every single story step on every character, yes, you have to do it again. That's how it works. That's the sad part. 3-way Stone Mist Castle fight. That's how we like it. Sadly, it's not ours yet. Maybe we can get it. I think tier list videos I really enjoy them. I think making them is really fun because there's so much to talk about. It doesn't really depend on what topic you cover. There's always something to talk about when you make a tier list. And I think a lot of people engage with it in the comments as well. And I think that's really fun. I like to engage with my viewers because if I just make a video, no one is writing anything, no one is disagreeing, no one is agreeing, no one is just having any comments. It feels like no one is there listening at all. Of course, that's not true, but it feels like. And so I really like to do tier lists that at least give you some diverse opinions. And I think making a tier list just for fun about maybe the expansions and how I like them would be something that people would enjoy. Especially people that maybe not have all expansions and want to know which ones they should go for first, for sure. Yeah, I think especially for MMO players, you can see that in Guild Wars. If I make a tier list and say Reaper is bad, then there are so many Reaper mains and just are really toxic and really offended by that. I think that's really that will only happen in MMOs to some extent, that you offend people or that they are really personally offended if you just say the class is not what you think it should be. Yeah, I think that's good. I think engagement and passion is a good thing in gaming. It should not be toxic, but it should be there. You should have a feeling for your PC game, not just be totally inert and don't think about it anymore. And then I don't know. Yeah, maybe I have to do that as well, Lackluster. Maybe I have to make a tier list video each week. I'm not sure if I can come up with enough tier lists topic for that. But it would be an interesting thing to do, for sure. Maybe we get the kills here. Would be cool if we get Stone Mist at some point. But I think the reds are too strong. We can't kill them, I guess. Yeah, maybe we can do a tier list about weapons and skins and stuff. That would be interesting. I mean, I could do a legendary skin tier list, how I like the skins of the legendaries and something. There is a lot of content actually, yeah, that's true. But it also depends a bit on how many people really would be interested in it. I think, I'm not sure if, because there are so many skins in Guild Wars 2, I can't make a tier list about all the skins. So I have to be choosing a bit. I'm not sure how I would choose though. So how I can say, okay, this skin is something I would put in the tier list and the other 300 I would not put in there. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I'm playing at those settings and I have 50 FPS maximum. And wait, not those settings. And I'm having 50 FPS maximum. My PC is medium tier. It's not high tier, but it's decent. And I'm currently streaming, so there is... Oh, that was a lot of damage. Maybe I get rest here. Yeah, I think... So Guild Wars 2 is just not made for being on a really... It's just not working well on any PC. I think even if you have the highest tier PC, you will not get over 90 frames in World vs. World if you are in a Zerg fight. I think it's just not possible. The software is not optimized for that kind of gameplay. It's just too old, the engine, for that. Yeah, I think a legendary tier list, at least for the skins, would be definitely something that I could go for. Good idea. Thanks for that. I think we have to disengage, sadly. No, I think it's actually not the servers. It's just the World vs. World has potentially, let's say on this map, we have, I think, around 60 to 70 people per team. If every single one of those players is on one spot, let's say everyone meets here in the Stonewest Castle in the middle. So we have then, let's say, 180 players in one spot. That's just too much to handle for the servers. It's not that they are overpopulated. It's more like it's just not made for that. The engine can't handle all the spells that are being cast in that amount of time. So I think the only solution to this is having a new engine. But having a new engine is something that they can't do with Guild Wars 2 anymore. That's not how you do it. You can't just say, okay, we'll swap the engine. And that's potentially something that they could do in Guild Wars 3 for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing. I think I have so many skins unlocked on my account that I could do easily a tier list about skins of a special weapon type or something and show them off in game. That's an interesting thing, definitely. Good idea, yeah. Would be a little bit hard to get the icons going for that, because I would have to cut them out. Yes, definitely. Like, let's say this has to be cut out and put into tier list. But people would probably not know the icon for all of the items, so that's a little bit weird. Because for the classes and the elite specs, you can easily see, oh, that's a ranger. But for all the skins here, it's a little bit harder to recognize the symbols that they are normally here. But if I show them in game, I think it should work, definitely. I mean, I have an opinion about the skins. I'm not that deep in that sense that I will change every single character to look perfectly fine and do that every, I don't know, 3 days. It's more like I do it once and then I leave it at that. Yeah, maybe one legendary, one non-legendary tier list. I think that's something I could do for sure. So when it comes to Guild Wars 3, I'm actually also already recorded or started recording a video about Guild Wars 3. I will release it sometime this week. Just summarizing the facts that we know and just the rumors and stuff that we heard, because there are a lot of content creators or some content creators in Guild Wars that made some videos about it, and I wanted to cover it and especially give you my take on the situation, because I think there are people that are way more, let's say, in the journalism style of Guild Wars 2 and reading all the news, all the insider information and stuff. For me, it's more like I summarize everything for you that I know, and then I will give you my take and hopefully my prediction, how I think it will work out in the end. But we don't know anything for sure. That's the short answer. There is no confirmation that they are working on something. But there are some rumors that it might happen somewhat soon, that they will announce it at least. Let's see if that's true. We can't change it anyway. So if they push out an announcement in the near future, we might be happy about it, we might be sad about it, but it will definitely not change just because of how we content creator push out the interesting stuff for sure. Just let me live here. No, I wanted to die and go to my circle. If they let me out of combat here, I can actually kill this guy. Yeah, I think it would be really cool if they would bring up just the game, making it more modern, so that the engine is just more flashy, that the graphics are better, and more importantly, that they increase the amount of production pipeline value that they get. So if you currently, they can't really develop any new content for World vs. World because they don't really want to fuck up the engine again. So to say, the code is a little bit like a spaghetti dish, because they don't want, if they pull up one string, there might be a big problem in a completely different game mode, because it's so much weird stuff going on in the code, and not a lot of people actually know what they are doing. So it's a big problem for them to produce new content for game modes like World vs. World, or even fix old content like dungeons or something like that. So I really hope that in the new, if they would do a new engine, new game, whatever, that they increase the amount of the pipeline, that they can dash out stuff, and that they just make it faster. I think that's really important. Yeah, I think there was something about a card game called Lion's Arch Guild Wars Arena or something like that. Yeah, that's right, Galen. I didn't hear a lot about it. It's a card game and they didn't release it yet. That's it. But I think they are not working on a card game exclusively if they are also looking for new people that are developing something in Unreal Engine, because a card game typically I would not expect to be developed in a 3D engine. At least I would guess. Yeah, I think that would be amazing if it's optimized like AAA modern games, maybe like Throne of Liberty. I did not play that, I have to be honest. I think the combat is quite clunky. But if they would have the combat and just the gameplay of Guild Wars 2, I would be really happy about it. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think we thought the same thing. Yeah, I think Guild Wars 2 combat is amazing. I really hope that when Guild Wars 3 comes out, that the combat will be the same or better even. That they will stick to the really cool thing about how the combat works out, how we can just cast so many skills, move, dodge, have really cool half tap target, half action combat. I think that's really, really nice. And it's not clunky at all, Guild Wars 2 combat, I would say. So I really hope that they will improve on the graphics, on the pipeline, on the production value they get from the engine and stuff, but stick to the really good features about Guild Wars 2. That would be really cool in my opinion. Yeah, I think the combat is the best feature of Guild Wars 2. So if they could just completely rework most of the other things that are a little bit outdated, like graphics, like maybe a lot of systems. Just maybe steal some cool systems from the competitive scene, like from WoW, like from Throne of Liberty. Steal the good things that work and put them in your game. They did it all the time. Let's strike back. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, I think if you played games with an internal, how is it called? Global cooldown, GCD, then it feels so much better if you get used to it. I think you're getting used to casting skills every few seconds or whenever the cooldown is back up, that you get just used to it and that's normal for you and you don't care because there are also off cooldown skills. Yes, I get that. But when it comes to Guild Wars, it's so much more fluid. You have to decide, okay, do I want to cast a skill? Do I want to cast another skill? And I can even interrupt my skills without getting punished for it, because if I use my healing skill and cast it, but then still interrupt it with weapon storing at the right time, then I still am able to recast it after a few seconds. I think something like that is so cool and it makes it so dynamic. I can talk about it for hours, but back in the old days, there were actually way more intriguing things going on. So if you, for example, a lot of people know Chronomancer, for example. When Chrono came out, they got the shield as a weapon. And the shield has a block on it. And at the end of the block, it spawns a phantasm. And the cool thing is, or it's no longer the case, that if you jump up after you finish the block, or shortly before you finish the block, the phantasm spawn was delayed a bit. And that made such a cool thing in PvP that you could mind game your opponent. So it was very important back in the day to dodge this phantasm spawn, because then it would not spawn at all and would not give the Chronomancer any new clones, any new phantasm procs. So it would be really bad then. So the cool thing here is that if you mind gamed your opponent into dodging, but you jumped up in the air in the right time, then the phantasm would spawn later after the opponent was already done with dodging, and you would still get the proc. But sometimes you won't jump up because the opponent knows that you want to do the trick, and then you have some really cool nice mind games going on. But sadly they removed stuff like that. But it's really interesting, I think. Something like that makes the game way more, just deep, without really hurting people getting into the game, because they don't really care about it at the beginning. I really like that. Yeah, but you're so right, Katja, for sure. The Guild Wars 2 UI is really, really lackluster, especially when it comes to the combat stuff and so on, that you can't really change anything, really nothing. I made a video about the top features that I want for Guild Wars 2. One of the top features, one of the top features was customizable UI. Just because of that, you can't change where your health bar is. You can't change where the boon bar is. So you always have to look down at your character, and you don't really see it in the middle of the screen. It's really annoying. So many other good games have a customizable UI. It's really important for sure. Yeah, I think you should not be able to make the whole rotation as a macro, but I totally get that you want to do some really stupid combination of buttons that you have to press now to make it work. I think that would be really cool if you make it somewhat easier to do so. I totally get that. I think macros can be really helpful. That's true, for sure. Yeah, I think you're totally right again. I think the newest expansions, Soto especially, with Chantia Wilds as well, the new spears have so many just unique effects that pop up on your buff bar, on your condition bar as well, so that you have to look at all of those. It's really, really annoying to find the thing that you're looking for, and most of the time you can't really do that in a real situation if you're under pressure or something. You will not really find it in time. So that's really sad. I think it's also would help new players a lot, because there are so many things in the UI that is just not necessary for a new player to see. So you should not be able to see it, or make it a little bit more straightforward in the beginning, that you don't get all the stuff that you need. Yeah, I think that's important. I think there are so many things with the UI that are wrong, for sure. I think there are some things that are quite decent, but most of them are not. So I really hope that they find some way to either improve it in Guild Wars 2, but I highly doubt it, or make a really nice addition in Guild Wars 3 if it ever will come out. That is true. So I think this is never ending. I'm not sure if we will ever finish this fight here. If anyone will ever get the Stonemass Castle from the Reds. We can try. But I really wanted to be in their team. They get so many defense event procs. It's really fun. But you can see how much it's actually lagging right now. It's just because so many people are firing here on this spot. Yeah, I think it's really cool that I think when you look at WoW, when you look at Final Fantasy, the classical MMOs, they have so many buttons if you have a character at maximum level that they could use so many attacks. Guild Wars 2, I would say, has probably the same amount per class, but you don't have them on your buff bar all the time or on your hotbar. And I think that makes the game way less just complex in that sense to understand. It still has the attacks, you can swap to them when you need them, but in combat you don't have 70 buttons to press all the time. I think that's really, really good. I totally agree with you on that statement. I think it got a little bit worse when it comes to the new buttons. For example, Untamed has way more buttons, or the special action key got added and stuff. Yes, that is still slowly getting more buttons, more keys, more actions to do, but in the grand scheme of things it's way better than, for example, in Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's crazy if you have so many buttons to press. I think just the barrier to entry is so high just because of that. How many new skills, or just skills you have to just to keybind, to find a place where to bind them to. Of course, if you have an MMO mouse, that might work better, but if you just use your keybind, it's actually crazy how many skills you have to remember, and you have to remember where they are on your keyboard. So it's really, it's quite something to learn, for sure. So still Crypto, you want a class for Guild Wars 2? I just made a guide, or not a guide, I made a video showcasing every single class, talking about them just very shortly, not even a minute, for each elite spec, what they are currently doing in each game mode, how they perform, how they look like. Be sure to check that out. I think it's !chat, !class or classes in the Twitch chat. Then it will link you to the video. I put a lot of effort into the video. It's especially for new player, but of course also for players that are returning and want to see how the game developed over the last years. So let me get a little bit out of combat and I can put that in the chat. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I think a Naga mouse is definitely something that works. I use a Logitech mouse, MMO mouse, that works as well. So I played Final Fantasy and it worked quite nice with it, but I just enjoy Guild Wars 2 way more nowadays. Yeah, I think it makes sense to use modifiers like Control, Shift and that kind of modifiers. It makes sense, but I still get the problem that you have to learn which of those modifiers you have to use to get which button. In Guild Wars 2 is very easy. You always see most of your buttons and you can say, okay, this is always my 8. This is always my 4 key. So that makes a lot of sense in Final Fantasy, in WoW, in all the games that you have so many buttons to press. You have so many hotbars and so many skills that you have to assign. Oftentimes it gets really just complex to remember. Complicated. Thanks for the follow by the way, P-Man. Hope you're all enjoying the stream. By the way, if you want to join our guild, you can do so. Just write me a message in game, or you can also just join our Discord for you get the same information. You don't have to be in the guild. And tomorrow we will do a raid training. So if you're interested in getting into raids in Guild Wars 2, be sure to be there tomorrow at the same time that I'm currently streaming. There are no spots left for tomorrow, but I will do way more sessions in the future. So if you just want to join and see how it goes, I will explain everything really slowly. Be sure to be there. But like I said, if you need a spot, just wait until the next session is happening and you will also be there. Just a little bit of advertisement. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that is really annoying in Guild Wars 2, that almost all MMOs have the classical trinity, yeah, of a support, tank, and DPS. But in Guild Wars, the group process is way harder. So if I join this squad, you have people in groups, yes, but the role is not really clear. So sometimes people have a Firebrand as a support, but it could also be a Scourge as a support. It could be a Chronomancer as a support. So it's really hard in Guild Wars to just make automatic groups because it's not always the same. So it's really hard to write an algorithm or something that puts you instantly in a group without sacrificing the just very intricate systems that you need to build a squad, build a group to make it work. So I think it would be really cool to find a way to make either the group building system a little bit more straightforward, or make it in a way that the UI improves how you can say I'm an Alacrity support or something, and then you can put up your sign and then the group finder automatically assigns you to a party that needs exactly this role. But I think it's something that is not that easy to implement. I think it would be a cool feature, but it's not that easy. Let's see if we can get the tower now. We are here for an hour or something, so. But I really hope that when Guild Wars 3 comes out, that they will focus on less game modes and make the game more content rich, so that when the game comes out, if it will ever come out, I have to admit I don't know about anything regarding Guild Wars 3, so that it gets consistently updated, because you can see that Guild Wars 2 nowadays has way too much content modes that need to be updated, and they just can't keep up with that. And that's a big reason why people are quitting, because they are just playing one game mode of Guild Wars 2. For example, they just want to play raids. And there is not that many 10-man raids, strike mission, whatever, that will be released in the future. It's just too slow to satisfy this crowd. And that's a big problem. And I hope that in the future they will just focus on less game modes and make them a little bit more, yeah, frequently updated at least. I think that's a really important thing that they have to do. We don't even know if it's an MMO, so it could also be an RPG game or something. We don't know. It could be a single player game. Okay, maybe we get the tower, maybe. I finally reached, I think 2 days ago, the next threshold to get more pips. That's really nice. Pips is really good. So I'm really happy that I finally reached the next rank upgrade. That makes it a little bit more rewarding to play World vs. World. Not much, but every single pip counts. That's the good thing. Yeah, very nice. Thanks. I mean, it took me I would say 12 years or something to get here, so I guess 12 more, maybe even more, to get the God of World vs. World title. But I will get there, you know. Shortly before I retire, I will get it. Very good. Yeah, let's see if Guild Wars 2 holds out that long, or if it will be shut down before that. But maybe if we find more people in our guild that are interested in World vs. World, maybe we can get some squad content going in the future when we, in 27 days, get our guild together on one server. So maybe that will bring me back and push me way more into 10k direction. Yeah, I guess that's definitely something that could happen. I think World vs. World is the best if you have people to play it with. Solo roaming is really fun, but it has its limits, especially at certain times of the day. It's just not happening that much. And yeah, squad gameplay can be really, really fun. Also small scale, it doesn't have to be 50 people in one squad. It also 10 people, 5 people, it's also fun. Nice, we got it. Maybe we can go and give it another try at Stone Mist, because the Greens actually captured it. Nice, welcome to this, the guild. I will invite you. It's so laggy, it's crazy. Okay, we left. Maybe we go for SM, maybe. I think we have way better chances now that Red is not holding it anymore, so it's the back to the lowest of supply levels and the lowest of just reinforcement level. That makes it really easy to capture. At least if not the reds and the greens are there, I think we have a chance. So the build that I'm playing, I have made a build guide about it, but it's not the classic, very meta build for Zerg gameplay, but it's extremely efficient for clouding. So clouding in Guild Wars 2 is something that is describing the situation that you have an enemy Zerg that is somewhat organized, and your team is not very organized in that sense. It tries to defend an objective, but is not in a squad or is not stacking as 50 people on one spot. It's more they are running around like headless chicken which makes it way harder for the enemy organized Zerg to hit you. And it's a very valid tactic, don't get me wrong, but there are certain builds that are excelling in this situation, and this is one of them, because you have so much range, healing, range support, CC and stuff. You can help your teammates from afar, and that helps quite a lot with dealing in cloud situation and especially getting all the loot from the enemies. In this situation where you have a really subgroup heavy squad, where you have a lot of people that are playing dedicated Zerg builds, dedicated support builds, then you would rather have something that is a little bit more supportive or full damage oriented and not something that is ranged like this. But as I'm not completely going try hard here, I'm playing this build because I like it, and just a short explanation of what I'm doing. Let's see if we can get it. Looks quite good. We are already at the second gate, moving quite fast. Okay, and we are through. Lord doesn't have buff anymore, so we should maybe have a chance at killing him. They have only the greens possibly are coming in, and maybe they are not on time, maybe they are not in time here. Yeah, to be honest, I think running around like headless chickens in World vs. World describes the situation just simply the best. I think it's just so correct how people run around and not going into capture point, but standing around it and running from the AoEs while still trying to deal damage. I think that's very, it should be a very clinical term now. It should be something that a lot of people use. I think that sounds like it's a smart thing to say. But I highly doubt that people will actually say that. Nice, we got it. Very good. I think that's also a good place to stop the stream for today. So I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope you all have a nice evening. See you tomorrow, I hope. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Thanks all also for capturing the guild hall, it was fun. And yeah, thanks for all the follows. See you around.
So much. Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? We are doing Dragonfall farming. I do this at least once a day. This is the second run we are doing. So if you like Dragonfall, you will see me here every day.